Well, hello everybody. Kind of a windy day here at Frenchtown Pond and smoky. Yeah, it was 98 when I left the truck. Found some shade. Actually, finally got an umbrella, which is nice, but when the wind is blowing, not very helpful. But yeah, I haven't been here for almost a couple months now. Figured I'd check it out. It's so windy, it's hard to see under the surface of the water. Seen a couple little fishies here next to me, but haven't seen any of the big boys yet. Hey, Uncle Smiley. Good to see you. Yeah, we're not going to have the clear blue skies today. It's all gray. Yeah, I put a worm and a bobber on, and I was actually getting ready to put my bobber on and threw my worm and hook off the side of the boat here just to give me some room. Well, a bunch of little fish attacked it. Hey, Henry. Good to see you. Yeah, sorry to hear about your loss. Yeah, we had a really mild spring and early summer, and then had about 2 weeks in the mid to upper 90s. And I think this wind that's blowing right now, we're supposed to get down to 79 on Monday. So I'm guessing something must be blowing in. Yeah, I'm kind of at the most sheltered part of the lake. Don't I'm getting bites, or that's just wind. Oh, that's great. Well, I'm pretty sure it's great. I'm sure you could use some rain. Sounded like Lucas kind of drying up in his area. I know Florida's a big state though, so yeah, we could really use some rain. We do have a nearby fire, but I think most of the smoke is still coming from some of that Canadian stuff. They actually brought a polarized wide lens for my phone, so you can take some pictures or do some video of some fish, see them a little better underwater, but this wind just making it too hard to see anything. So you're getting a lot of rain. I know Lucas was saying yesterday his ponds were all drying up, or the day before yesterday, whatever that was. But yeah, usually if we get rain during the summer, it's comes along with a violent lightning storm, so usually ends up starting more fires than than it helps. Yeah, I can see through the smoke. There is some clouds, but they're not rain clouds. At least not yet. We do have some clouds coming from the area where Juanita from Dixon Designs lives. Right over the hill to my right here. Or live. Hey, fish family. Yeah, my last couple live streams, or several live streams, didn't download to be watched afterwards, and I don't know if it's because there was so little service there. So this is going to be a test to see if this one downloads afterwards and is available for replay. I might have a camera setting wrong though for an invalid format. I don't know. We'll see what happens today. The one I posted earlier today, yeah, it was kind of more for the novices and stuff. My videos that do the best are kind of the how to grow this, how to grow that. So figured I'd do one on guppy grass just to have one. I have that Daphnia culture that I started was it 2 years ago. Well, I still have the other half of it that I ordered online, the cysts or the eggs or whatever you want to call them. But they're I got something biting. But they're well expired. If I'm going to do a video on those, I'm going to try to see if they'll hatch. But I need to do a lot of work and get some of my tanks filled with water and start getting serious about breeding some of those fish. Yeah, I should do some trolling, but this wind is such a bugger. We'll have to set sail here and just fish in one spot all day. Yeah, I keep seeing things grabbing the bait. I think they're pecking all the worm off the hook. Yeah, the water level in the rivers is still really high. So that's good. Don't have much snow in the mountains left, though. Here in the next weekend or so, maybe time to go pick huckleberries. Hey Henry, how many tanks are you actually using right now? Better. Here's my reel. Yeah, I figure I'll do a little troll down this bank here and over the big bass hole. See if anything bites. Yeah, I know you've had a lot of life going on lately. Kind of tough. And that's like me. I have 8 other tanks, like all pretty much set up on stands, ready to go. Just need to put water in them, but I got fish that need to go in those tanks, but it's just so tough trying to find the time. You need to win the lottery. Yeah, is there a specific type? Are you thinking cichlids, or what are you kind of narrowing it down to? Probably a good idea. Makes it easier to manage for sure. I don't know if you watch Chuck's Fish at all, but he does. He's really successful with celestial pearl danios. He's also successfully breeding and selling tank raised rummy nose rasboras. But he's got a few specialties that he does, and he's doing pretty good with them. Whoa, that fish just about jumped in my boat. That scared me. I don't know if you saw that splash on camera. Oh, that was funny. Yeah, the bass hole's right around here. Yeah, I think that was a trout. Kind of rainbowy. Yeah. Yeah. Tetras, there's definitely demand for people can get tetras breeding. I know once you get the knack, they breed like crazy, but it's getting those eggs to survive. Yeah, there's a lot of cool tetras. Down there where you naturally are kind of warmer, that'll be good. I found with my trout goodyids, I wasn't getting any production out of them for the longest time. Then I just started feeding them bloodworms twice a week. And oh man, they just started popping babies out like crazy. So I stopped feeding bloodworms. I actually might make a video later on tonight, me separating the babies from the grown-up tank and putting them in my grow-out tank. Right there's the tree I started at, straight ahead. I really want to get some blackworms. Find a way to culture those, because those are kind of, I guess, the trick to breeding pea puffers. Blackworms. Scuds work really good, but the scuds end up eating the eggs. Yeah, actually with the wind out here right now, 406, it's not too bad. At my truck, it was 98 degrees is what it was saying. But I have a very brisk wind out here trying to cool it down. Yeah, if you could get neon tetras and get them, sturdy, break the trend of all the crappy fish breeding for the current ones you buy. But yeah, if you could get some of them going, that'd be great. I think Keeping Fish Simple had a video on breeding those, and it seemed like he had luck, but I know a lot of his videos, he'd show the eggs, and then he'd never show, like, if they ever did anything. Get back in my little hole here for a moment and try to get out of the wind. All right, got myself beached. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been here for about a month and figured I'd give it a try. I've had stuff nibbling on my worm, but it could just be a bunch of little sunfish. And then I don't know if you saw that a moment ago. Looked like a trout almost jumped into the boat. I was like, what? Scared the crap out of me. Yeah, actually, I brought about 60 ounces of water. I figured I'd need it. I don't normally drink energy drinks, but got a Red Bull too. Yeah, I keep waiting for the rivers to go down, but they're still really high. Made it out into the middle of Kelly's Island in the kayak last night, but it started getting dark by the time I got to good water, so in the beaver ponds. I'm going to slowly reel in and change out my bait, I think. I think it's so hot that everything's going to be feeding off the bottom, if at all. Oh, looks like I got a bunch of weeds with me. Great. Oh boy, I do got a bunch of little guys right here next to me. Trying to set this up so I can show you. This way. I did this wrong. Let's see here. Want to see your rod? That's awesome. Good to see you. Yeah, wood prices are crazy still. Yeah, I think most of the smoke's coming over from Idaho. I know there is a fire somewhere nearby us here, but I don't think that the smoke is too widespread to be that. Let me see what I can do here. Try not to drop my phone in the drink. Let me get that polarized lens on here real quick. I haven't tried it yet, so we'll see how this works. I don't know if you can see all those little sunfish right there nibbling on my worm. There we go. Well, I didn't require there's some assembly required for this thing, so I'm not going to be able to do that one-handed. If I put a smaller hook on here, I could probably catch some of these guys. Oh well. Let me get you hooked back up here. We'll get this bait changed out. Yeah, it's a bummer, Henry. That's kind of get close on something and something comes up. Oh, from central Montana. Yeah, I need to make it out that way someday. I actually really need to explore northwestern Montana. Oh, out in the, up closer to Canada. That's one area I've never been. Love to go fishing up there. Such a big state. I mostly fish around the Sapphire Mountain area. Yeah, so you guys probably get big paddle fish, and probably some sturgeon out there, I imagine. There we go. Right. Oh, come on, tree. Hey, Lance. Good to see you. Yeah, it's always like trying to find the time. I want to do fishing, but I also want to get out and do some panning too. It's always, and because I've had so much fun fishing lately, I took my my pan out of my backpack, but I do have some plans. I have a place in mind I want to kayak to and do some panning there, but the river's still a little too high to make it to where I want to go. Yeah, Lincoln's not far. I drove while I was out at Brown's Lake live streaming. Oh, that was probably a month ago. No, it's not all the way to Lincoln, but in that same area. All right. We have a mix. I can't remember all the names, but yeah, I do know that we do have some bluegill, but we have like the pumpkin seeds and stuff like that. I should actually. One thing I could have done with that worm, didn't think about it. I have my net right here. I could have net some up. I'll have to do that sometime. Yeah, kind of the toughest thing for me. A lot of the lakes I would like to stream from, there's no service up here in the mountains. I don't know what it's like down there in that area, if the flatter land kind of helps with phone service or not. Do another round, do some trolling over the bass hole here. All right, let's get moving before it gets in the weeds. Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I know when I'm driving out east, I hit dead spots, but most of my traveling east is along I-90. Or my sister used to live in Great Falls, so I used to go as far as Great Falls and back once in a while. Poor Man's Creek. That sounds like a good place to to have a claim, I guess. That's comical. Maybe it's a good sign. Yeah, they're actually. I don't know if you can see those people off to the right, but they're right over the top of the bass hole right now. We got some clear sky coming overhead. So wherever that wind is blowing from, I don't think that's where the smoke is coming from necessarily. Well, happy birthday. I've got an osprey overhead here. All right, now to circle over the bass hole here, see if anything happens. I might reel in and do a cast or two. Oh, Starlink. So, sorry, I caught the rest of that message there. So that worked pretty good for streaming. I wasn't sure with satellite if it would be consistent enough or not. Yeah, I'll have to check your channel out. One thing I've noticed about having less smoke overhead now is that it's getting hotter again. Wah, wah, wah. Yeah, I'll have to keep that in mind. Like recently I went to Marshall Lake, which is in the Bob Marshall Wilderness, well, kind of in that area. Beautiful lake. I would have loved to have streamed from there, but there was absolutely no signal for miles. Well, Henry, you're right near, or no, they don't launch or do they launch the satellites there from where you're at, Henry? For the Starlink? Those people are mad that I took the bass hole away from them. Cast one more time here. Yeah. All right, we get moving here again. Into the wind I go. Yeah, you can see it is kind of a little more clear that direction than it was earlier. Sorry, I won't be able to check chat here for a minute or two. There's a bunch of birds sitting there at my hideaway. Yeah, I finally got a rod holder on the boat. Man, that makes it a lot easier. crows. Hey. What if they think I'm going to feed them Cheetos or something? All right. Yeah, gators would be okay. I'd be more interested in some of the little fishies, though, little swamp fishies. Oh, yeah, I got moss. No wonder nothing's biting. Well, I'm thinking, I know what is biting. I keep putting big hooks on so that they don't bite. Maybe it's time to catch a little guy here. I don't know if I have any little guy hooks. Oh, there we go. You can't catch a little sunfish. Yeah, pythons. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not afraid of pythons. I wouldn't want one getting wrapped around me, but it's unfortunate that they're so invasive there. Let's see if I can do this. Yeah, Florida kind of has the same thing going on. Montana does, I think. Everyone's moving from somewhere else to there. Okay. Yeah. I think the big thing here in western Montana was when they were doing that, what was that movie? Yellowstone. Like, we even had employees that, oh, we moved to Montana. Why'd you move to Montana? Oh, Yellowstone. Like, oh, that wasn't a very good move. Good reason to move. All right, let me relocate here, and we're going to try to catch us some of these little guys since they're so eager to bite. Hey, Lakeitha. All right, let's see if we can get one of these little buggers. This is where I wish I had my little dock runner fishing pole, but it got all swallowed up by the Clark Fork River. Where'd those little buggers go? Oh, here's one. Almost got him there. Sorry, I'm not watching the chat here. I'm just watching these little fishies come after my worm, trying to get them to the net. There we go. We got one. Ooh, this might be a perch. Oh, looks like she's a. If anyone in the chat knows, get them unhooked here real quick. Whoa, right in the water. Oh well, we'll see if we can identify the next one. The wind keeps blowing me off of my little perch. All right, let's see here. Oh, already. Oh, they got it. Let's see. Yeah, they got my worm. Time to add some more worm. Well, at least I can catch these guys. All right, another worm. All right, let's see. Try this again. Well, they're all around it. Yeah, I think they don't like the net being in the water. They're like, I know what you're up to. Yeah, these guys are just too small to get the hook in their mouth. Oh, yeah, they keep sucking on the worm and not getting the hook. Well, I keep thinking I got one. Whatever these fish are, when they're in the water, they have very brightly tipped fins. Mm, didn't get any. Oh well. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. I thought I'd be able to get them into the net, but they've been steering clear of the net. And I can't tell if I have them hooked because they stay on the worm until they come out of the water. Got one little guy here really coming after it. Ooh, did I catch him? No. That was a perch. I wish I could find that little bluegill that was being such a punk out here last month. Yeah, I'm getting too deep here. I can't see. All right, let's Let's see. Let's kind of jig it along the bottom here for a moment, see what happens. Oh. Another perch. All right, Henry. We'll see you in a bit. At least the wind has died down a bit. Well, man, these guys, they're driving me crazy. I'm getting bites. All right, let's get back in my hole. wind. It's still steady. Alright. Let's see what I've been missing here. Mosquito. Oh, one of them damn little nibblers. Something big enough to try to take a chomp out of, hopefully. Oh, that doesn't help. Alright, what am I going to fish with next? Yeah, they're almost more interested in my swivel than in the worm. They're just playing with me. Oh, come on, that's... something different. I'll try a cast or two here, and then I'll do a little trolling. Yeah, I haven't seen any of the bass out here yet today. I also haven't been here for a month, so I don't know what their pattern is right now. They're probably way down deep trying to stay cool. There we go. So I'm gonna get some water. And I think we're gonna troll all the way down to the other end and see what happens. There it is. We'll be moving here shortly, people. Got a bunch of weeds. good old reliable on here. So this old Pala here, I got this back in the, had to be the late 80s, early 90s. But seems to be the one I have the best luck with here. All right. Yeah, it's a top water. It seems to do the best for me, at least for kayaking. I guess because if I stop, it doesn't sink. What am I going to do with the net? Yeah, I've been thinking about trying a frog. I don't have a frog, but been thinking about getting one. Just for this reason. This guy dives pretty good if you get going too fast. Oh, what do we got? I imagine I caught some weeds. Where did I catch a fish? Oh, I caught nothing. That's a way to keep it exciting. Just use make-believe. Do a little trip over the bass hole and see if anything is awake over there. The wind doesn't blow me down too fast. Yeah, you can kind of see some blue sky up there. Wasn't any of that when I started. Yeah, I'll have to try a spinner again. I haven't had very good luck with them here, but also haven't tried them a whole lot either. See if that trout will try to jump back in the boat again like earlier. Almost made me jump out of the boat. Yeah, I'm really surprised the weeds aren't higher. For the amount of sunshine we've been getting. Seems like we have the best luck. Trolling is down on the other end. We'll troll our way on down there. We should be going over the bass hole right now. Always see bass in the bass hole, but I've never caught anything there. Yeah, I don't know if I just caught some weeds. Really? Yay, 10-foot cast. Let's get some line out. And let's carry on. Oh, dang it. There we go. That one's really moving us along here. One nice thing about this pond, at least so far, these haven't gotten so big that they try to capsize the boat. Yeah, that wind's probably blowing me down at about 3.5 miles per hour. Making my way through the shallow spot. Kids playing. Not as busy here as usual. It's just too hot. That way down there is where we came from. Yeah, that's where we're going. That lure causes so much resistance in the water, I always think I'm getting bites. Got to catch something sooner or later. I guess we caught that little sunfish, but I want to catch something big. Hey, Stam. Yeah, it hasn't been very exciting here today, but I have a feeling my luck is about to change. We'll see. Maybe if I fold my net up, that'll be the trick. That wind's really scooting me across the water. Towards the shore, I should probably back out a little bit. 406. Good to see you. You have a great weekend. Yeah, when I first got here, I had to fight the wind all the way to the other end. Glad I'm not having to do that again. Family of geese over there. I can tell you, I'm looking at my phone, and that image stabilization is doing a pretty good job. It's actually not that smooth. Let me see if I turn, if that makes it any better, if my guns blocking the wind a little bit. Okay, I think that's about as good as we're going to get until I find a dead spot. Yeah, it looks like there might be some storm clouds coming in. If I'm catching weeds, I keep catching up on some. Just go in the same direction as the wind. Yeah, for those that weren't here at the beginning, I actually brought my umbrella for the sun today. But, yeah, that wasn't going to work out with all this wind. Wind's wind's actually pushing me so fast I'm having to slow the kayak down. Alright, I gotta start turning here. And we're going to be back into the wind. And we got some waves. Those waves ought to be giving it some good jigging action. It seems like right through here is normally where they start biting. We'll see. Wishful thinking. I just think it's too hot out here for them today. They're all just chilling like fishy villains. That little ramp right there is designed for helping elderly and handicapped people get into kayaks. I'm thinking about trying it out one of these days. least we're kind of protected from the wind over here. Back into the wind. Say we caught something of size. Besides that little sunfish. We'll probably end up ending the stream here in about another 15 minutes. That's probably when the fish will get excited. Well, it will be about 7 p.m. our time. But yeah, that is when the fishing starts to get a little better. I think let's see. Isn't Curtis going live tonight? Here in about 15 minutes, if I recall. Skull Aquatics. Well, if he is going live tonight, feel free to post a link in my chat there. Any of my moderators are available to do so. Oh, okay. Yeah, I couldn't remember. I thought he was doing the Vibes old Saturday Night Vibes thing. That might not be for a couple more hours. Oh, okay. Yeah, feel free to post a link to that if you'd like. I'll probably be wrapping it up here pretty soon. Get up to shore here and change my bait again. Oh yeah, I'm just trolling with a bunch of weeds. That's no good. Oh, skull and 70. Okay. Let's go back to a worm. complicated I can make this. So I get a hook in my finger. Alright, back into the wind again. One more loop here and see what happens with the worm on. It's a little more clear out now than it was earlier. Yeah, definitely good Harley weather. Never have gotten mine going this year. Need to rebuild the carburetor. Dreading it. Some type of action. I'm gonna take that as bead action. wonder what happened there. Must have cut out. Never had that happen here before. But time for me to wrap it up anyhow. Get into shore here and slowly reel in, and just be thankful it was a day on the water and not at work. Right. I got something nibbling. No, it's one of those sunfish. Come on, I won't hurt you. Woohoo. Yeah, they're just toying with me. Cast out one last time. Into all these weeds and see what happens. Yep. All right. We're going to go ahead and call it. Everybody look around here real quick. Truck right up there. A little dragging distance. And I guess this would be the east end of the pond. Hello. Yeah, pretty uneventful day. I do want to thank everybody for watching. And yeah, we'll see y'all next time. Thank you. All right, thanks, Lance. Oh, Shai was in here. I didn't see you. I was just getting ready to end it. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. I guess Bougie's on, and then Skull will be on here in about an hour. So I'll probably, I don't know if I'll see you on Bougie's, but I'll probably see some of you over on Skull's Saturday Night Vibe stream. Thanks, everybody. Bye.